What's up, booktubes? Today will be Senlin Ascends by Josiah Bancroft. Let me read you a little introduction. The Tower of Babel is sometimes called the sink of humanity. Its immensity, the variety of its ringdoms, its mysterious and luxurious heights are irresistible to all comers. We are drawn to it like water to a drain. Pretty intriguing. That's from the Introduction to the Everyman's Guide to the Tower of Babel, 14th edition. I say Babel because I'm going off of the audiobook version of the book, which said Babel instead of Babel. Tower of Babel. Got it? Good. This was released in January 2018. It has a 4.27 out of 5 rating with over 5,000 total ratings. I have the audio version. I'll read you the synopsis as it was on Goodreads. The Tower of Babel is the greatest marvel in the world. Immense as a mountain, and the ancient tower holds unnumbered ringdoms, warring and peaceful, stacked one on the other like layers of a cake. It is a world of geniuses and tyrants, of airships and steam engines, of unusual animals and mysterious machines. Soon after arriving for his honeymoon at the tower, the mild-mannered headmaster of a small village school, Thomas Senlin, gets separated from his wife Maria in the overwhelming swarm of tourists, residents, and miscreants. So raise your hand if you've ever been to like a giant festival with friends or with when you were little with your parents, and all of a sudden you look around and they're not there. Where did they go? I'm lost. I don't know where my friends are. I don't know where my family is. Freak out! So that's what happened to Mr. Thomas Senlin. They're on his honeymoon. He and his wife, hey honey, let's go to this amazing marvel, this Tower of Babel. I've heard so much about it. Let's go. Okay, dear. Sounds fantastic. They hop on a train, because they have trains in this world, wherever they are, from their small fishing village to this immense, huge tower bustling with people. It's probably like Burning Man times 1,000 people everywhere doing whatever they want. It's kind of a lawless society of gypsies and miscreants. So they go to the Tower of Babel. Then Senlin is determined to find Maria. But to do so, he'll have to navigate madhouses, ballrooms, and burlesque theaters. He must survive betrayal, assassination, and the long guns of a flying fortress. But if he hopes to find his wife, he will have to do more than just endure. The quiet man of letters must become a man of action! So, it's an unlikely hero story. Mr. Thomas Senlin, he whips open his nice and handy-dandy Everyman's Guide to the Tower of Babel. Oh, look at this. It says that there are nice people and wonderful shops to buy and do things. Sounds great. He shows up and it's just, what is this? What's going on? So there's all of, as it says, betrayal, assassination, who to trust, what's going on. I don't know anything about this world, so it's just stepping into a new realm of existence from his little scholarly fishing village and his books to go into this kind of Mad Max / Burning Man / giant tower and find the missing Maria. Is she still here? Did she get kidnapped? Did she die? Did she go home? What do? Do you wait it out? You just stay where you lost her? Nope, she came back? Or do you start to enroll the assistance of others that you meet? Can you trust them? Are they just out to steal your stuff? Very interesting. So this was a great adventure story. It reminded me a lot of kind of like the Labyrinth, but without puppets and monsters, just kind of people. You know, there's the Hoggle who's, you know, trying to be your friend. Should he really be trusted? Is he really out for your best interests? You kind of encounter some of those characters in the book. And then there's, you know, like the Ludo and the Goblin King. You kind of meet and get introduced to this overlord character of the tower who might have answers to where Maria has disappeared to. You have all of these secret doors and rules and these things you have to get past, riddles and kind of things to use your clever intuition, similar to what Sarah did in the labyrinth. Senlin has to kind of conquer all of these things and kind of stumble his way through, discarding all of his book smarts for now some street smarts and getting wise to what's really happening around him. So I thought it was just, I thought it all played out very, very excellently. But it was a great story. I loved it. I loved the fantastical elements. I loved the unlikely hero elements where you suddenly, he wins and he passes the bad guy. I love the environment, kind of the steampunky nature of these different types of machines, and there are rules for certain things that everyone around Thomas Senlin kind of knows and has absorbed and abides by these rules, and he just goes on and you can't go see the king, and why not? I'm just a guy looking for my wife. See ya. And then antics ensue. So I thought it was very well done. I loved it. I loved every second of it. It was amazing. I jumped right after this book into the second book called The Armor of the Sphinx, which is also just takes the story to a whole nother action-packed level. The third book in the series is called The Hod King. That's going to come out next year. And there should be 4 books. The author has mentioned a few times in interviews that it's planned to be a 4-book series. So even after book 3 is done, there's still going to be more. Awesome.
Just